There was a press release put out yesterday in reference to some things that I had been saying, and this whole putting socially conscious things in corporate executives, 200 of them saying how important it was to do that more so than their stockholders. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, it came out that only 50 signed on to the pledge to do that. And I would expect half of those 50 will have a come to reality moment, and they won't do it either. But just to show how ridiculous it is. I believe that a lot of that is people are afraid. They have come to the understanding they can't alienate the biggest voter base in the country. They can't alienate the evangelical Christians of this country. Some of these evangelical Christians have an enormous amount of wealth. They have come to that conclusion. They have come to the conclusion that maybe because of letters, emails that we have in conversations that financial issues has had with these companies, that they have continued to come to the realization, even if they don't call me and say, hey, Dan, we've changed, because they don't want to admit that, but they're starting to gain a little backbone and stand strong. That is an incredible blessing for the kingdom and good for all of us. And there was a press release yesterday talking about that only 50 companies signed on, citing what I just said to you and what an impact that financial issues is beginning to have. And I'll tell you something, when we have a partner base that our investor, it's an investment partner base that has the kind of impact that we do on companies, they stand up and pay attention. I've been saying this for years. And I've also said for the last 3 years, I never thought that I would see this happen in my lifetime. I thought it was going to be the next generation of the ministry, not my lifetime. Well, it's happening already. And it is amazing for me to see how God is working through this ministry. And I'll tell you something, if we want to change, if we want to have a culture war, bring it on, because we're fighting the culture war through the bottom line of companies, and they're slowly turning. And yes, it's slow. They're not going to beat the band and sing the praises of it. I don't ask them to praise financial issues, to praise a letter that I've written or a meeting that I have had, to say, well, Dan Celia or financial issues is, I don't expect that, don't want that, don't care about it. But what I do want to see is the change. Ultimately, God is going to be glorified in all of this. And I don't care if they support the agenda of the right, if they support the agenda that I would like them to support. I don't care if they give one nickel to this ministry, which none of them ever have, and not likely to. I don't care about that. I'm not looking for that. I don't care if they're supporting the church. All I care about is they don't support the left, don't support the right, stay out of the culture war on both sides, and do what they do to add value to their stockholders and to allow us to continue to invest in their companies. Hey, I want to thank you for watching the clip. We sure do appreciate it. Would you go right now, click on that subscribe button if you haven't already. That helps us. We would appreciate it. Thanks again.